What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about GameStop. 100 million or nearly $100 million was purchased in after hours. So that's roughly 90 it was $95.8 million worth of shares that was purchased via the dark pool. Now, some are speculating that this is Michael Burry. He's the one who bought it because he has been very vocal in this past few days as far as giving bullish sentiment about GameStop. So because of that, this is why people are speculating to it. Me, I have no clue who it is because those type of headlines and this type of stuff, you really can't really gauge who bought it because you could also have a firm who had outstanding shares that was out for shorts trying to cover, or if they needed shares so that way people could short, they could have just been buying on the open market. So for that, you really don't know. So I can't for sure say $100 million were purchased by him. And I even seen some people say it was Roaring Kitty as well too. Like this person said it was Roaring Kitty. Then he put the little you know, crossing of the fingers. But again, you really don't know. If it is him, that would actually be awesome, especially if he posts a YOLO play. That would make GameStop go absolutely crazy. Speaking of GameStop, the price is currently at $23.20. So we are seeing that bump up. And again, like I mentioned for the thesis, the overall thesis, just to see GameStop reach above $100, we need to see GameStop break past this $35 area. And remember, I called this area, guys, I called this as the area of resistance when GameStop was right here, guys, when it was like in the low 20s. I had dropped my lines and I showed you guys and I made the video. So all of this is documented. And guess where we got to, guys, before we seen this ultimate pullback? We got for sure back to, it got to the 37s, but it couldn't hold that 35 area. It couldn't hold that 35 area because it couldn't hold it. Boom, it went down. But great thing about all of this, we have seen a whole year of consolidation. So that's what's been going on, this sideways consolidation. So now if we could just get a break onto the upside, it is going to smash all of this. I wouldn't even count this as resistance due to the fact that this had a whole year just to consolidate, knocking out some of the bag holders who had purchased back here in previous years. So getting them out their position. And that way it just resets the chart for have a cleaner and a more powerful breakout. Now, if you couple it in with good earnings for GameStop, as well as a return from Roaring Kitty, Michael Burry, this thing could really get real live real quick. And this brings me to my next point. Like, my main thesis on Roaring Kitty, or one of the theses I should say of Roaring Kitty, is the GameStop effect, guys. If you look at the chart of Roaring Kitty, when it had big run-ups like this, it was simply just following GameStop. So this is what you call a sympathy play. And the best thing about this sympathy play is not related to crypto. It's related to the stock market. The reason why people like stocks, the reason why people or mainstream or average day investors, they like stock, is due to the fact that this is something real. When you look at crypto tend to be imaginary as far as like what is the evaluation of it. Like, why is your crypto valued at this price when it does not have a product, when it does not have a existence of why it should be around? And people can't really wrap their head around that due to the fact that, again, there's no real tangible thing behind it. All it is just an idea. And that's like 99% of crypto. So what separates Roaring Kitty from all these other token is it is wrapped around with GameStop, guys. This is a GameStop sympathy. So GameStop have real good earnings. Guess what token is going to also rise? Roaring Kitty token. So you could actually say Roaring Kitty token is probably one of the closest thing, outside of Bitcoin and all these other these top coins like Ethereum and stuff like that. Especially at this market cap, you could say that Roaring Kitty token is like one of the most realist token play that you could be in, due to the fact that, again, if GameStop goes up by proxy, Roaring Kitty is going to also go up. So it makes it easier for people to be able to wrap their head around Roaring Kitty versus a I poo poo on you coin. You know what I mean? Like it's it just pretty much goes back to the fundamentals. So again, if you look at the chart structure of Roar, everything is exactly intact. And this is why, for me, like this has become one of my favorite asset to hold and continue to keep buying, because again, you got that GameStop, and this is the thing that I talked about over here too. Let me get the thesis pulled up. The GameStop meta returns. So as we're seeing GameStop continue to start having this little rally, we're also seeing a nice little push on Roaring Kitty as well too. Is it a coincidence? No, it's not, because again, this is what tend to happen. GameStop start having a rally. Guess who start having a rally as well too? 8.29%. Look how much, GameStop is only up like a 1%, and we're up 8 something percent. So that is the beauty of having um a sympathy play, because that's one of the biggest things, like especially in the stock market, where I made my money at was on sympathy plays, because again, you just have to follow the leader, like follow the head of the snake, which is GameStop. Where is GameStop gonna go? And the best part about Roaring Kitty as well too, that's only one thesis, because let's say GameStop is not hot for the moment. Well, Roaring Kitty has several other theses that it could actually start to move off of while GameStop is laggard. So to me, this is like the ultimate easiest home run play that you could possibly get into, because especially if you're extremely bullish on GameStop, this is an asset that you should be buying. Again, not financial advice, but for me, this is an asset that I'm constantly buying, just averaging down to get as much as possible. So once we have that big boom parabolic run up, I'm gonna already be in it. And again, it gives you that safe play, like how people view the stock market, because it follows GameStop, and GameStop is a real company, real product. And really, if you take a look at the Apple, the reason why so much confidence is in Apple stocks is because people view Apple to be around the next 20, 30, 40 years, because the life and blood of a company is really the profits that it generates, the revenue and the profits that it generates. So Apple constantly keeps doing that. So this is why people are confident in them putting their money, placing it in there, because they feel like over time they're going to get the huge return. So if you flip it over to GameStop, GameStop is becoming profitable. GameStop is, making money practically every single quarter, at least from the press releases that I've seen. And now people are starting to get confidence into GameStop. So they're going to continue to keep accumulating. And what's going to end up happening to the price of GameStop is going to gradually keep going up. Now, because, and this is where the ultimate play comes into, is because GameStop is going to continue to keep going up, it's going to also impact the price of Roaring Kitty token, because it's a sympathy play. What a sympathy play simply means, if one asset goes up, by sympathy, it's going to automatically go up with it as well. So I'm super excited about it, and this is why I continue to follow the GameStop trends and the GameStop, meta of what's happening in GameStop. Because of that, it's gonna pretty much paint a map of where Roaring Kitty is gonna go based upon that simple thesis. But really, guys, that is all that I have for you today. Leave a like, leave a comment, and shout out to the number one stalker. Um, I know you watching, but yeah, but that's all I have for you guys today. Leave a like, leave a follow. Random Arts guys signing off. Peace.